after this, we're going to head out into the sea of madness out there and just see what kind of trouble we can get into. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, before we ask about the event, I have to ask, you were in The Hangover.
I was, yeah.
Do you get people recognizing you from that, of all the work you've done, or like, what do you feel about being in a movie that's like the #1 comedy of all time?
Oh, I mean, look, it was a blessing just to have that opportunity, and we had no idea it was going to become what it became, and that was just icing on the cake. So it was a great experience all around, and yes, most people, if they recognize me, it's from The Hangover.
There are worse things to recognize, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So how much can you tell us about the event and your role in the show? Probably very little.
Well, no, I can tell you a little bit. I mean, as you could kind of tell from the pilot, I play a government operative with mysterious ties to Sofia and the detainees in Innistranga. Simon is actually a rogue double agent working undercover with a lot of secrets of his own, and it kind of remains to be seen ultimately who Simon is working for. You would think that after watching the pilot, he probably works for Sofia, but this is one of those kind of shows where perception is not always the reality, and down the line, it may be revealed that he's working for somebody completely different.
Do you know what's going on, or are you in the dark as the audience in many ways?
Well, it's just as much an adventure for us as it is for the audience. I know the writers have the entire first season mapped out, but information kind of slowly trickles into us as we prepare for the scenes we're going to shoot. So we don't know that far in advance what's going on with our characters. But what was really cool is before we even shot the pilot, Nick Waters, our writer and creator, he gave us each confidential dossier that contained information relevant only to our characters, to help us kind of create our backstory and be able to play the scenes with a certain amount of truth. And so in that, I got to find out a lot about my character and a lot about what the plan for the show is. But obviously, I can't share any of that because that would be spoiling the whole show.
What can you tell us about your backstory?
I really can't tell you anything, but I'll tell you what I think about this show. I think one of the most interesting things about this show is all the rich, diverse, grounded characters, that inhabit all these different worlds within the story, and they're all dealing with some sort of critical personal dilemma of some sort. And
I know, right?
and what's going to be a lot of fun with my character is my character will become entangled in all these different worlds with all these various complex characters, kind of more or less being a bridge to connect all these different storylines. And as Simon becomes more and more entrenched in all these different characters' lives and their dilemmas, his loyalties will be tested, and it will become increasingly difficult for him to maintain his cover. So it'll be a lot of fun to see Simon trying like hell to keep everything from unraveling, and it's certainly going to be a lot of fun to play. I mean, this character is really cool. It's a lot of fun.
At the pilot, you did a lot of. Was that you driving? I mean, you were. Good question. Did you enjoy the action that you filmed in the first episode?
Absolutely, I love doing action. We did a combination of me driving, and then I had a stunt driver
For the longer shots, yeah.
for the more dangerous shots where.
But you didn't drive through the fence? What?
Look, I would have done every single frame of that scene if NBC would have allowed me, but unfortunately they didn't give me the go-ahead on that. But no, I love doing action, and I certainly hope they take advantage of that throughout the series. I know Jason's getting the bulk of the running and the high action intensity stuff, but I think eventually Simon will get to do some of that stuff as well.
Would you say the action's pretty consistent? I mean, it's got a blend of, is it sci-fi, romance, drama, is it? But the action, is that central to the show?
Well, I think I've read. We're working on episode 2 right now, and I've read 2 and 3, and there is quite a bit of action. There's just a lot of intensity and excitement, and we set the bar so high with this pilot, and it's really such a good piece of work that we knew we had to at least meet that bar or raise it with every episode. And so far, episodes 2 and 3 certainly do that. So it's filled with action, filled with suspense, and that's that's really what this show's all about.
Excellent. We appreciate your time. I know we have a big round table thing on. Thank you.
Thank you.